This is Mickey Newbury, an American treasure. And the 80s are some tough years.
But it's cold on this mountain.
The breakup of Acuff Rose with Wesley Rose selling the company.
When winter comes on.
And my problems with my dad dying.
The dew in the meadow.
And my problems with the IRS.
Sprinkled along.
All came together at one time.
This road down to Nashville.
And so I wasted what should have been the best years of my life just fighting off the wolves.
It's a place where a man sells his soul for a song.
Plus I was too old. Nobody wanted me anymore. Or I was too difficult. I understood what they meant, but no, I didn't think I was difficult. I just did not want to do it their way. If that's difficult, then I was difficult.
I am not in prison. I am only doing time. Blue Eyes died in Vegas when they blew away the sands. In Elvis died in Memphis, boys, they nailed him in one hand. Haley died in Corpus Christi, died without a dime. I am dead in Tennessee, they buried me alive. And I am so sad, so sad.
I had my own vision about what I wanted to do with my music.
The best I had.
And I didn't want to do what the other guy had done. You know, if they want cookie cutter music, I was just the wrong guy to talk to.
That's what I have.
Today, he is a singer-songwriter based in Hilton Head, South Carolina, and a guitar player on Mickey Newbury recording sessions. But in those days, John Mark Stone was just another hopeful artist hitting Music City.
Met him in Nashville.
I got there in right at the first part of 1980.
He was working at his trade.
Stayed the first time through 88.
A dreamer and a good one.
It didn't make any difference whether you had to sleep in your car or whether you were cold or not.
I listened while he played.
It was all an adventure. I was a young man, you know. I think I saw the transition from the period of Nashville that included the Outlaws and of course Chris and Mickey and those guys into the what I would call the Randy Travis period. It was at least still the period of Nashville when I got there where if you would sit down and talk to the top 10 or 15 songwriters and ask them to name their top 3 or 4 songwriters, Mickey would be in there, usually number 1. That was just the status that Mickey had.
And I came to know the music.
I was able to hang out with Mickey on a lot of recording sessions.
When I heard Newbury sing.
And they were always fun and exciting experiences. We did, and I say we because a friend of mine named Jim Harper, we were called Harper and Stone, and we played at a little restaurant there in Nashville. The recording opportunity came about 84. He was recording with Larry Butler, a great producer in Nashville. And so Mickey brought Harper and I in to do tracks on Why You Been Gone So Long and Mobile Blues. And Mickey liked the way we did them, so he brought us in to play on that session. And those sessions were never released. It was a fascinating session. A lot of people dropped by just to show their love and respect to Mickey. Over the course of that session, we had Cash and Waylon and a bunch of folks just come by and be fans. It was an awesome experience to spend the evening with Waylon and listen to Waylon talking about Mickey's songs cut by cut, album by album. I mean, what a huge fan he was.
As hard as those times were, from desperation comes inspiration.
It was a very creative period. You know?
And the songwriting never stopped.
But unfortunately, it took many, many years for me to get those songs recorded.
One of those songs was written in the mid-'80s, but was not recorded or released until 1996. This is Rambler Blues.
When he longs to leave his woman, the bills and all the cares, he's got a longing to be free to see all the things he never did. Got them rambling blues. A circle, well, a circle has no end. So a man should ramble around so long, the ending would begin.
While Mickey is gone frequently from 1982 on, Susan Newbury stays in Oregon, dealing with the challenge of raising their family.
It took me some time to learn how to do it, especially his being gone. You know, if you count the days, you're in real trouble. But if you look at it as a space of one, he's gone and he will be back, then you learn to deal with that time space. People would say, well, gosh, how long has he been gone? I say, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. He's doing what he needs to do, and he'll be back when he's finished.
But Susan has her own ambitions, and in 1977 gets her teaching certificate at the University of Oregon, starts teaching in 1988, and finishes her master's degree in 1993, and becomes a middle school teacher in Springfield, Oregon, specializing in science, math, and computers.
Then Susie, you found me when I was hopelessly lost, and I did not know where to go. And you had the answer, and we came together. But Susan, I needed you too long ago. God knows I'm trying to deal with my sadness, although at times I swear I do not know when I am happy or when it is madness. Do you understand why the winter winds blow where the winter winds blow?
The late 80s continue to be difficult, but there are those deep Newbury roots.
Well, I don't know. You know, I went through a lot of bad times and good times, and I managed to get over the hurdles, and I figured I raised him where he could do the same thing. Stick your chin out there, honey, and say, here I come, and don't stop till you get what you want.
And in times of stress, there are also good friends, such as Owsley Manier, a familiar name in Nashville. Owsley owned the popular nightclub Exit Inn during the 70s, where Mickey appeared frequently. In 1988, Owsley Manier becomes a bigger part of not just this difficult period of Mickey's life, but well into the future. He was there for the album recorded in just one take. In a New Age.
I had not seen Mickey in years and knew he was in town because Mickey and Marie Ryans, the violinist, wonderful player, had hooked up and been rehearsing together. And I went to see Mickey, discovered there was this bogus album that was going to be released on an independent label of old demos with alleged New Age sounds that was just horrendous. And I suggested to Mickey, once I had found out that the record company had printed the paper but not made any CDs or LPs or cassettes, I said, let's just go in with you and Marie and we'll re-record this. And he had just gotten from Chet Atkins his MIDI guitar rig that makes all those cosmic sounds and violins and bells and whistles and bowed bass, you name it. Got a studio, and we had to do this immediately, and we went in and recorded the album nonstop, starting same order, starting the first song, stopped in the middle, drank a cup of coffee, and we recorded the other half. And while they were playing, the train sounds and all of those sound effects were playing to them live in the studio through the monitors, which sort of inspired, I guess, this kind of feel and flow and tempo, which varied, but that was it. And then we finished the whole thing in 24 hours, and that was it.
Oh, hush, little baby, don't you cry. You know your daddy's bound to die. But all my trials, Lord,
due to financial problems, In a New Age is out for a very limited time and is finally re-released in 1999 as part of the double CD, It Might As Well Be the Moon.
I was just a boy the year the Bluebird Special came through here on his first run south to New Orleans. Well, you know, I don't think much about her no more. See the bright lights back in Dallas as yesterday moves like a dream through my mind. Staring out the window, all I wish is I could hear the words I'm hearing in my head. I could hear the words I'm hearing in my head.
As the Mickey Newbury story continues into the 90s, it becomes an example of the most positive side of the human condition.
Mickey has said that if you're careful about it, you can purge your soul of these darker things and rejoice in your humanity.
And every time I hear his music, I don't care if I've heard them over and over and over, I still get that same emotional effect.
This is Mickey Newbury, an American treasure.